Hello everybody, back here again for a vlog a day, and today is Monday the 14th, and today was a beautiful day outside. Got rained on off and on, but overall pretty nice day. Started out this morning, got up, got a few things taken care of, decided to go check on a couple of my vending machines, try and do some repairs. One of them, they said it was kicking out 2 cans instead of 1 at a time, which didn't make any sense because it kicked out a different brand of can, so from a different row. So I think what happened was it got knocked out. Probably, when I was there working on it last, probably had them shifted around a little bit weird, loaded a little bit crooked, and it just fell with the vibration. But thought, well, I'll go check on it. And instead of taking the car and whatnot, I was going to take the car, and I thought, I'll take the motorcycle. I don't really need to fill stuff because I wasn't there very long ago, and I'll just kind of run that route. So I jumped in the bike, headed over, went to the one that was kicking out the 2 cans first, cycled through everything. Nothing's wrong, nothing's set up differently. So it just was a fluke. It is what it is. But the guy made it sound like it was happening over and over again. So I asked him, I said, so is this continuing to happen? He goes, oh no, it just happened the one time. And I'm like, okay, it's not how you made it sound, but better to know, I guess, than not know if it was kicking them out constantly and I was losing money. So went ahead, got that taken care of, filled a couple of things there with Red Bull, because it's about the only thing that place sells is pretty much Red Bull and a few sodas here and there, but a couple Gatorades every now and then, but not too much. So went ahead from there, headed up to the other spot, checked on how to reprogram one of the machines for pricing. For the doctor, I had Dr. Pepper, taking out a like a Gatorade type fancier power drink, and basically it was $1.75 a bottle, and I was still running $1.75, so I couldn't figure out how to get it programmed. So I had to come home, do a bunch of research, got back there, got it figured out, got it reprogrammed, got it priced. So I'd raised the price of Gatorade to $1.50. It was $1 forever. That's all I'd ever been there. So I had that machine, which has been like 3 years, and I've had 2 separate price hike increases since then, and realized the national average is like $2.25, and some places are $3.50 for a bottle of Gatorade. So I upped it to $1.50 and had somebody write on the note like, why is it $1.50 now? And I'm like, because I've had 2 price increases and I'm way below the national average across the board anyway, so I'm still cheaper than anybody else out there, but yet you're not gonna bitch. So maybe they'll stop buying Gatorade, maybe they won't, I don't know, who knows. So go to the store, buy it yourself, get a cooler, a bunch of ice, pay for all that, and then just drink it and not worry about it. So I'm always trying to keep my prices as low as possible. I can still make some kind of profit and keep people in food, and I'm realizing I'm just being way too nice to many people, because the second something goes wrong, the second something's out of date, the second something is hung up, they want full on demand refund immediately, and there's not much profit in that when that starts happening. So I'm just going to start raising my prices, and if they buy it, they buy it. If they don't, then I can move it somewhere else where somebody's not going to be so damn cheap. But I got to figure that out, but it is what it is. So heading back on the bike from there after getting that all figured out. It got rained on, of course. It's Florida, you get rained on a lot, but I was lucky. I was on the way home. I don't mind getting rained on the bike. On the way back, it's on the way there, and I got to sit around wet shoes and try and work on something. That's what sucks. So got back here, hung out at the house a little bit with the dogs. I have a puppy that was supposed to be picked up yesterday. It wasn't, so he got to stay in the crate, which I guess he stays in the crate all day long with the guys at work anyway, so he's used to it. But I hate having dogs in crates. That's not how I live my life. When I'm watching somebody's dog, the dog needs to be out living like a regular dog should. But when the dog isn't trained to be out without somebody around and constantly trying to chew on furniture and stuff, I had to keep him in the crate, unfortunately. So we got out, we played outside for a little while, got him kind of wore down a little bit, tried to run him a couple times, and he's just, oh my god, he wusses out like completely to the point I'm dragging the dog, and that's no fun for him. It's definitely no fun for me to be dragging a dog around. And he's a cattle dog. He has all the energy in the world, and he can run in the backyard chasing lizards and squirrels for hours, but he can't run a mile with me. So it is what it is. But finally got done with all that. The guy said he's supposed to be here about 5 or so, between 5 and 6. I told him to give me a text heads up. You know, he's coming to make sure I'm around, because last time it was supposed to be picked up yesterday at 5 or 6, and at 5 something I texted him and said, hey, what's your ETA? That's what he said, oh, I was going to pick him up tomorrow instead. Like, apparently if I hadn't called him, he wasn't going to tell me. I don't know what the hell it was about. So went ahead, went and got my run done, stopped by a neighbor of mine's, talked to her a little bit, and she asked me if I'd get up and clean out her gutters. She has some plants growing up in her gutters, actually it's her screen enclosure. So I went ahead and told her I'd do it tomorrow, because with the dog coming and stuff, getting picked up, I didn't know exactly when he'd be there. So, and ironically, a few minutes later, he texted he was 10 minutes out, which I was like 6 minutes from the house. So I headed back to the house here real quick, and around he showed up 22 minutes later. So I love people that have that. I'm 10 minutes out, and you show up 22 minutes later. Just no respect for other people's times, and that just drives me crazy. So the dog was a little bit of high maintenance, but I would watch it again. It's the owner I'm not happy with, and how most of the time is. Most of the time it's the owners I have a problem with way more than the dogs themselves, but it is what it is. Carrying it home from work, we chilled out a little bit. She had, talked and stuff. Her ex-husband and his sister are both in the hospital now with COVID. Her son, who still lives with him, is active COVID. He's got a lot of symptoms, but not enough to be in the hospital. And then I guess his new stepmother, whatever, she has COVID also, but I think not producing symptoms really yet. So yeah, scary times right now. We'll see how it goes. It gets, who knows? It's just sucks. It really does. And you can't do anything for him. You can't go around him. There's COVID. You can't be around at all. You can't go to the hospital anyway and stuff. Because nobody's let in the hospital at all. So it's stressful. It's a hard time. It is what it is. So I did end up calling my grandfather, talked to him for a little bit. Hadn't talked to him for a while. We played phone tag back and forth a little while. So got that caught up on it and just chilled out. Ended up having some tater tots and chicken patties for dinner. She bought some spicy chicken patties, and they're not horribly spicy, but they're spicy. Like, they're not good. And so I'm trying to burn through them before the buns go bad. So I'm trying to get those used up. But I definitely don't want to eat them 2 nights in a row, because one, chicken patty is not that good of a meal anyway, and then you add the spicy to it and it becomes a much worse of an issue. So went ahead, chilled out with it though, watched a little bit of Netflix, and then came out and just had a lazy night. Just said to hell with it, headed to bed early and got ourselves some rest. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.